In the previous two videos in this series, we've covered simple techniques that can easily be replicated to produce consistent results time and time again. But for today, what if we surrender control a bit and create wildflowers that have a loose, whimsical feel with somewhat unexpected results? Let me first move my freshly made dandelion coffee out of the way here, far out of reach. If you've seen my other videos, you know my paintbrush has a tendency to find its way into my cup. So I'm starting out with an angled brush and medium consistency paint. I'm using Purple Lake. I'm only going to allow myself about 2 minutes to finish the entire painting because I don't want to overthink. I want my brush strokes to be fast and entirely unplanned. I won't be going back and making corrections or fixing mistakes. I'm ready to embrace everything. I'm dropping in dioxazine purple now while the petals are still wet. We're getting some really beautiful bleeds already. And now, with a fine-tipped pointed brush, I'm using undersea green to add the stems. Letting that green bleed right into the purple. And next I'll be going back to that angled brush, and I'm going to be loading it with perline green, and I'm basically just letting my brush have one single chance at each leaf. Okay, and now my brush is full of plenty of water and dioxazine purple paint, and I'm going to just splatter it all over my canvas. And to take this one step further, I'm immediately following with my misting spray bottle. Let's see what 2 sprays will do. Okay, and here it is dry. I absolutely love those faded spots that have almost been washed away by the water. That is wonderful. Okay, let's try another. Set the clock for 1 minute, please. I'm using the multicolored method that I shared in my last video. I have turquoise, Prussian blue, and undersea green on my palette. I'll link the rest of the playlist in the description below in case you're interested. And for the stems, I'm using undersea green, and for the leaves, I'm just using a darker value of the undersea. For my splatters, I've chosen turquoise, and I'm using a larger brush this time around since the first time our dots were pretty small. I want more variety this time. And immediately coming in with the mister. Let's live dangerously and go for 3 sprays. And here it is dry. Wow, look at that amazing texture in the upper left. I love it. So next I'd like to try multiple small flowers. I'm using cadmium red for my petals. Let's just throw them all over the place. Here, there, everywhere. They don't really have much of a defined shape, but I'm not worried. Perline green for the stems, allowing the green to bleed into the red if it feels like it. In fact, I think I'm going to come back through and add just another dab of that perline right in the center of all of these little flowers. And some quick leaves. Notice how I'm rotating my brush with each leaf, so I get a number of different shapes. All right, and you know what's next. Here comes the splatter. And I'm using cadmium red, and then following it up with 3 sprays of water. Here it is dry. It looks kind of like the flowers are exploding. And I'll quickly show a few other variations. For this one, I used my brush instead of my mister, so the drops of water were much larger. And for this little guy, it has 3 different colors of splatters. And here, I experimented with tilting my paper in various directions right after I used the spray bottle. And I love that leaf at the bottom left. It looks like it sprung a leak. So let me know in the comments, do you prefer painting precise, controlled wildflowers or loose and whimsical? Thank you for watching.